Sometimes a sound can cut through the noise of the world. On this gray Tuesday, it was a song, played on an old guitar, fragile in a world of steel and stone. The man was Leo, as weathered as his instrument. To most, he was invisible, but the song persisted, a melody of loss with a flicker of hope. And as the melody drifted, it found someone who needed it most. The song was a key, about to unlock a long-closed door. As she walked away, the melody started again. In her mind, it was a phantom echo, achingly familiar, like home she hadn't known in years. She closed her eyes. Her father appeared, younger, smiling, playing their secret lullaby. The memory hit hard. Her father had been gone for 10 years. She'd buried the grief, forced herself to forget. But now, hearing the song, she turned. She needed to know how Leo knew her father's melody. She turned back, moving through the crowd as if in a dream. Each step was a step back in time, into pain she'd tried to outrun. Leo played, eyes closed, lost in the melody. Ilara stood, listening. The song was no longer noise. It was a lifeline. "Where did you learn that song?" she asked, voice trembling. Leo didn't hear at first. She stepped closer, desperate. "Please, you have to tell me." He stopped playing, the final note hanging in the air. He looked up, recognition flickering in his eyes, not of her, but of the question. He had been waiting for this moment. He studied her face, saw the ghost of a little girl. He took a slow breath, gathering strength. The street corner felt sacred, thick with unspoken history. The world faded away, leaving only the two of them and the song. The answer was coming. Leo's gaze was gentle. "This song found me," he began. He told her of a night, 10 years ago, when he'd lost everything. Homeless, hopeless, he sheltered under a hospital awning. There, he met a man, Arthur, waiting for news about his health. Arthur saw Leo's despair and offered not pity, but connection. To pass the time, Arthur took out a small guitar. He said he'd written one song, a lullaby for his daughter. Under the hospital lights, Arthur played the melody. It broke through Leo's despair, a song of pure, unconditional love. Arthur played it over and over, teaching Leo the tune. "Music keeps memories alive," Arthur said. That night, the song saved Leo's life. He never saw Arthur again, but he carried the melody and the promise ever since. And now the promise had found its way home. Ilara listened, tears streaming down her face. Arthur, her father. The story clicked into place. Her father, in his darkest moment, had given their song to a stranger. Leo saw the recognition in her eyes. He reached into his jacket and pulled out a small silver pendant, a musical note. "He made me promise," Leo said softly. "If I ever met a woman with his eyes, who knew the song, I was to give this to her." Ilara recognized it instantly, the pendant she'd given her father for his last birthday. She thought it lost, but it had been kept safe, waiting for her. Her father had entrusted his song and his final gift to a stranger, betting on the power of music and kindness. Ilara took the pendant, cool against her skin, a tangible link to her father. All the anger and bitterness began to dissolve. In its place was a profound sense of her father's love. It hadn't died with him. It had lived on, in a song, in a promise, in the heart of a man on a street corner. The message had finally been delivered. Ilara closed her hand around the pendant, her heart lighter. The music had brought her home. Holding the pendant, Ilara looked at Leo. Really looked. She saw not a beggar, but a guardian, a keeper of a sacred trust. He had honored a promise for 10 years, playing the song in hope. The shame of her earlier cruelty was immense. "I'm so sorry," she whispered. "What I said, I was horrible." She saw how blind she'd been, wrapped in privilege to shield herself from the world. But the messiness was where kindness lived, where her father's message had waited. Leo nodded, eyes kind. No resentment, only understanding. "He was a good man, your father," Leo said. "That night, he saved my life. Playing this song was my way to thank him." In that moment, the chasm between their worlds vanished. They were not rich and poor, but two people connected by love and memory. Alara knew she couldn't just walk away. This was a turning point, a call to be better, to be more like her father. She asked Leo his name, about his life. She listened. For the first time, she truly listened to someone outside her world. She offered not just money, but help, a place to stay, a new guitar, a chance. It wasn't charity, it was gratitude. A debt to the man who kept her father's memory alive. The music had built a bridge between them, and both were changed. The seasons changed. Alara's life transformed. She sold her apartment and opened a community music school, Arthur's Song, a place for children who, like Leo, might never have held an instrument. The school was bright, filled with music and laughter. Alara was there every day, not as a director, but as a teacher. She learned guitar, her fingers growing calloused. She taught children simple chords and happy tunes. For every sad child, she played the special lullaby. Leo was there too, no longer on the street, but the school's caretaker and resident artist. He taught the older kids the blues, his music now filled with wisdom. He and Alara became friends, bound by Arthur's memory. The silver pendant was always around Alara's neck, a reminder of love, loyalty, and the power of music. Her father's legacy lived on in the school, in the children, and in the friendship between two unlikely souls, all because of a simple, haunting song. The melody had changed everything. Life is a strange and beautiful composition, dissonance and harmony, sorrow and second chances. Alara learned the greatest melodies aren't always in concert halls, but sometimes rise from a crack in the pavement. Grief, met with kindness, becomes legacy. The hole in her heart was still there, but now filled with music. Her father's lullaby had woken her up to the world, to kindness, to herself. The melody had found her, and in doing so, let her find her way back to her father, and to who she was meant to be. The story of Alara and Leo is simple. It's about how we listen. Do we hear only our own noise, or the melodies of those we pass? Profound connections wait in unexpected places, with unexpected people. All we have to do is stop, open our ears, and let the music in. Never judge a soul by its circumstances. You never know whose hands carry a message meant for you. The world is a web of hidden connections, of love that echoes long after the singer is gone. And sometimes, if you're very lucky, you get to hear the song.
What's something people don't know about stories? They never truly end. There's always a new adventure waiting for you. Just pick your next tale and I'll meet you there. Subscribe to the Story Circle and let me know which story I should tell next in the comments.